The Mario series. We all know this guy. Who? Okay, well, most people know this guy. Mario is not just some one-trick pony. He's a blank canvas. Put him in a car, put him on the court, put him in court. Not so much the last one, but I mean, can't get any worse. Can it? Fuck, I should have known he was so good at riding horses. You get it. Mario has a number of spin-offs that they've put him in, but what if we went back in time, before every spin-off, when it was just Donkey Kong? This guy's name isn't Mario, it's f***ing Stanley the Bugman. The Donkey Kong series, one of Nintendo's first major hits in the world of electronic video entertainment. That's what they called it back then. Trust me, I looked it up. It was either this or, I don't know, EVR race? If only Nintendo knew how popular the world of virtual horse racing would become. Oh yeah, and gambling. Can't forget gambling. Put it all on black. I don't know how blackjack works. This game was such an amazing work of art. Making more of them would be an absolutely no-brainer, and more they did. I never said they were good. Holy f***. I have a calculator right there. Why does an ape need to do my calculations for me? Don't mind the fact I have my calculator hidden inside my Wii balance board. It's for plot convenience. Donkey Kong kinda did this whole thing where he rebooted himself 10 years later as a whole ass country. The state of Donkey Kong just wasn't good enough for him. He just had to have more. God forbid a man has hobbies. What's next? Donkey Kong World? You know, I wouldn't put it past Nintendo. They do some pretty crazy shit. And by shit, I mean crazy. Donkey Kong 94 they call it. Who's they? Fuck if I know. I always receive threatening phone calls or letters from them every so often. Wait, I don't have a doorbell? Oh, well, here's one now. You better review the remake of Mario vs. Donkey Kong, or else? Holy shit, that was weird. You know, I don't really like the sound of that or else part, so why not? What do I have to lose? My dignity, for one. Donkey Kong 94 is the precursor to this whole weird series of events. What's the point of it? It's just the 1981 Donkey Kong again, but actually expanded upon with a more puzzle-oriented design. Nintendo was really pushing the nostalgia craze back in the 90s. Guys, I know it's only been 13 years, but remember the arcade games? So, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series. These games have the absolute worst legacy to ever exist. If you thought the Black Plague was bad, oh boy, you haven't played these. They started out pretty alright with just another puzzle platformer, and then it came. Yep, the DS came and went, and so did my will to live. Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2 March of the Minis. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Minis March again. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Miniland Mayhem. Mario and Donkey Kong Minis on the Move. Hey, well, at least they changed things around this time. They finally settled their differences and decided to just guide more f***ing mini toys. Are we serious? Finally, we have the last game in the series. Mario vs. Donkey Kong Tipping Stars. Are you As someone whose only actual experience with this series is the second game on the DS for maybe an hour, I need to know, why did they decide to just release the same damn game 5 different times? The games functionally work, but like, you play one, you play them all. But luckily for you, I had my patented Mario vs. Donkey Kong remake on the Nintendo Switch in 2024 stopwatch going. Yeah, it's just a regular ass stopwatch. Yep, 9 years for a remake of the first game. Don't know what to expect from this. It came out, I heard the original was alright, and never touched it until now. As someone who's never played the original, was it actually worth them remaking it? Well, if I don't want to find out what or else means, I better get moving. The game opens up with our main man Donkey Kong watching TV in his dank house, only to get hypnotized into wanting to own every Mini Mario toy ever produced. Mini Marios can't hurt you. They don't exist. It'll be okay. This was patient zero. It was all downhill from here. Donkey Kong is a literal sleeper agent. Here's Mini Mario and goes apeshit. Hey! How can the security in these factories suck so much? Some ape just waltzed right inside through the front door and stole everything. Because of this guy, the factory's now gone to shit, so it's up to Mario and maybe a Toad to save his company's stock from completely plummeting. Wasn't expecting Nintendo to tackle the 7 deadly sins. Mario is one greedy bastard. Have you ever seen this guy turn down an opportunity to earn gold? No. You haven't. One thing that's so weird to me is how the intro cutscene just kind of cuts off. You watch half of it before the game, and the other half once you start the game. Weird design choice if I'm being honest. Usually if a game does that, they play the intro both before and during, not split it. Who am I kidding? This right here is a deal breaker for me. Mario and, you know, Toad, have a pretty basic moveset. Run, jump, climb ropes, triple jump, and pick up items or enemies. You can also handstand to avoid having a brick thrown at your skull. I love how simple the moveset in this game really is. You know, sometimes simplicity is better than anything else. It's like taking a shower. I don't know where I was going with this. They don't try to overcrowd the player with a bunch of different moves. They just kind of give you a few tutorials and tell you to go wild. My Donkey Kong Jr. skills sure came in handy. Can't you tell? Fuck. Finally. Mario vs. Donkey Kong has the weirdest world lineup out of every single Mario game. Imagine you start in a factory, somehow end up in a jungle, and then boom, a f***ing volcano. You know, this ain't even the weirdest part. Like, what do you mean you go from the center of the earth to an amusement park? It's such a drastic change in atmosphere that I can't help but laugh at it. The amusement park, or Merry Miniland as the game officially dubs it, is my favorite world in the entire game. It's one of the 2 new worlds added with this remake. The use of the warp boxes really makes the whole 3D world look feel more intentional rather than solely an inspiration. The new ice world is just okay. It feels more like a generic mandatory ice world than anything. It mainly deals with just ice physics. Looks like Mario's seen cooler stuff elsewhere. Alright, moving on. The final world in this game is inspired by the original Donkey Kong, and it's okay. Girders are an aesthetic, not a lifestyle. Donkey Kong, grow up. You're 32. Go buy a sports car or something. Levels are this game's main attraction. I mean, there's 64 levels for you to play. That'll only take you 1, 2, 3, 4... about 2 to 3 hours to beat the entire thing. Man, this game is short, but the puzzles are incredibly satisfying to complete as fast as possible. Each level has 2 acts. One where you have to grab this oversized golden key and bring it to the locked door, and the second one where you just collect one of the mini Marios that Donkey Kong left behind. I'm seriously a huge fan of this. I'm someone who likes to sink hundreds of hours into the games I play. So despite it being designed with a more pick up and play for a short amount of time attitude, I did in fact enjoy this. I actually enjoyed something? There's no way. Come on, there must be some complaints, right? These levels are too short. I f***ing hate Donkey Kong. Oh, a generic ghost house? How did this guy get all the way over? Mario f***ing sucks. Something this game does for some reason is give you the ability to play any level in the world in whatever order you like. This genuinely makes 0 sense since you still need to collect all 6 minis. Oh, I'm having difficulty on level 2. I'm gonna go check out level 6. The final level is supposed to be the hardest, so what the hell are we doing here? Here's another thing I have to bring up. What is this game's difficulty scaling? Sometimes it feels like World 8 is somehow easier than World 3. You know what? I actually retract my statements. I just find the best levels ever 1-ups. Yeah, these are really bad. These little minigames spawn every 4 to 5 levels you complete in the world. You can get 8 lives from here, or you can spend the entire time trying to catch up with the f***ing key and not getting to open up the chest. God, I hate this. After collecting every mini Mario in a world, this new stage will unlock where you need to guide all 6 minis to gather objects around the level. Once they've been gathered, just guide them to the chest and you're done. Pretty self-explanatory. I've really got no complaints here other than the AI. It's pretty horrible, but it's easy to get used to. The levels are pretty good overall, and the music is absolutely fantastic. After beating every level in a world, you will unlock that world's boss fight. I've never disliked a game's boss fights more than whatever I've experienced in Mario vs. Donkey Kong. Okay, well, actually, that's a bit too harsh. These work, and they work surprisingly well, but there's nothing to them. Most of the time, these fights require the player to throw trash cans at the guy. When it's not a trash can, it's an enemy or a barrel. Just swap conveyor belt directions once to direct the bomb to hit him. It's just a win button. This son of a bitch ape literally does nothing to even try and defend himself. It just ends up feeling so boring to me. It's hard to enjoy something when it's so obnoxiously easy. I play Nintendo games to have fun. These aren't supposed to be difficult, but they also aren't mindless. The bosses are so contradictory to that last statement, it's insane. Imagine if you were playing an RPG or something, and you kill the final boss of the f***ing game by clicking the auto button and watching the game play itself. Watching paint dry might be more interesting than these. Don't even get me started on the final boss. It's actually just okay. Look at these dumbass toads. No fucking survival skills. It's more of the usual throwing shit, but needing to rescue toads during the fight makes you feel you're actually working towards something. Once you beat Donkey Kong, the game doubles in length. Holy shit, where are the police? Up to this point, I've had some minor issues with this game. Mainly the bosses, but the base game itself was overall really fun. If this game was purely all levels, then I would have nothing to really complain about, but here we are. So, how are the next 8 worlds? Oh boy, do I have something to say. In games like Super Mario 3D World or 3D Land, which actually doubled the game length, they were just regular ass levels with new gimmicks, but they didn't affect my overall perception of the base game. Sure, some levels were just the fucking worst, but the overall game was really fun. For the next 8 worlds, the levels felt even shorter than they already did. Instead of having 2 sections, they just have 1, and holy shit, is it really bad. Remember how earlier I was talking about how bad the AI of the Mini Mario was? Well, these levels are what I like to call the bottom of the barrel. The levels basically involve bringing a singular Mini Mario through a standard level. Sounds easy enough, right? Wrong. These are some of the worst levels in the entire game. The best part of trying to guide Mini Mario is how he will sometimes just do whatever the hell he wants. Say you're trying to turn him around and bring him somewhere else. Well, isn't that too bad because he's fucking dead? And since these guys can only be hit once, you'll fucking die too. World 4-5 Plus is by far the worst level in this entire game. You know, it's a bit ironic since I love the world in the base game, but here, it's fucking awful. Like in every level, Mini Mario needs to dodge enemies in a specific time frame. This here is different though. It's ass. I'm so happy he jumps like his life depends on it, because it literally does. If you don't time it properly, he dies. You die. What a load of fucking bullshit. Honestly, it's all just a skill issue at the end of the day. I may not have liked something, but someone out there sure did. Do I want to meet this individual? Are you out of your mind? Whoever enjoys the special levels in Mario vs. Donkey Kong needs to be locked up. The boss fights in the post-game are actually pretty alright. These are remixed fights from the base game. They are pretty much identical, but have some slight changes that make them a little bit more enjoyable in my opinion. They still suck, so that's something. World 7 Plus made me take damage while I was in the process of loading out of the level. So there's that. The final boss is actually really cool. It almost makes me wish they had these kind of fights for the entire game. It's pretty much an expanded version of the base game's final boss. The whole fight takes place with him inside a giant mech suit. Now where the f did he get one of these? We don't ask too many questions around here. It doesn't matter. It's convenient for the plot. After the story mode has officially been completed, Mario realizes greed isn't the sin for him, and gives Donkey Kong the cursed object. You know, if you ignore the fact I fucking hated a lot of what I just experienced, I actually like this. After beating the game, you unlock these expert levels. These require these things called stars. You know those things from Super Mario 64? Well, Mario has to collect them all over again to satisfy his addiction. You can't stop with just obtaining one. These things are like crack. You earn these from perfecting a level. Easy enough, right? In order to unlock every expert level, you need to perfect all of the ones in the base game. It's not that big of a deal. Just perfect them as you're playing. You don't do that? Well, it's your own fault, you dumb bitch. I really don't understand how these are considered expert. A lot of these are some of the easiest levels in the entire game. I swear to God, the final level here, which requires you to play every other level before it, is the easiest level in the game. These were actually pretty fun though. I had a lot more fun with these than, let's just say, the entirety of the Plus worlds. Fucking Mini Mario will haunt me for the rest of my days, I swear to God. Oh, so that's it? That's the game? Well, it's been a pretty good 10 hours, I guess. As much flack as the entirety of the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series gets for how repetitive every game is, I genuinely think that remaking the first game was the best idea they could have done. I'm not sure if this game was a flop or not, but I believe this was a test of some sort. A test to see how many people would enjoy a new Mario vs. Donkey Kong game in the style of the original. In that sense, I do believe this was very much worth remaking. Taking an old IP and revisiting it isn't a bad idea. Now, what do I actually think of this game? As much as I will f***ing shit on half of it, I did enjoy most of my time playing. The puzzles are incredibly addicting to complete, and the fact they don't take very long allows you to pick up and play a few levels in a very short amount of time. I just kinda wish they were more memorable. Since you just blow through them really fast, it means you don't really get to experience them for very long. You 100% them and move on. Oh, the second half of the game is just awful. Mini Mario is the worst thing to exist since sliced bread. That's coming from somebody who absolutely loves it. Is my time worth experiencing more of these games? Hell no. I like to take my suffering a bit more seriously. There, I've done it. I've reviewed Mario vs. Donkey Kong. I still don't know what or want to find out what "or else" means. Hopefully nothing comes of it. I love plot convenience. Jesus Christ, not again. See you soon? Well, that's ominous. What could they possibly want from me? Son of a bitch, they attached the entirety of the Mario and Sonic series. There's only one way I'm getting into this one, and clearly, it's not by being sober. You know, as bold of a change as it is, I'm liking this new direction for Sonic. Wait a minute, what am I playing? Wrong game. I'd like to thank you for watching. Yes, I'm talking about you, Joseph, in particular. The entirety of December was a bit of a weird month for me. I've been very busy, so making this video took a strange amount of time to actually get done. Look at the date I finalized the thumbnail. This should have been out before 2026. Anyways, I'm really looking forward to making more content in the new year, so I hope you'll stick with me. I've got lots of new ideas, and more games to absolutely shit on for no reason. If you decided to stick around to the end, I hope you like, comment, and subscribe, as well as turn on post notifications to stay up to date with everything I post. I'll see you all, hopefully soon. Have an amazing rest of your week. Bye bye.